What's up, everybody? It's Jamie. I know it's been a long time since I've created a video, so figured I'd create one. A lot of stuff's happened since my last one, so I figured I'd kind of catch up and get back to making some videos and stuff. If you're new to the channel, so my journey started back 2.5, or no, more than that. It's been 3.5 years ago, whatever it's been. It's been a while. I was lease purchase with U.S. Express, then jumped to teaming with a buddy of mine and started my company over at Covenant / lease purchase. Paid off that lease purchase through holy cow, I don't remember the name of it. Anyways, if you watched my videos before, you know what I'm talking about. So got done the lease purchase, bought out the truck, etc. Come over to Gorley Trucking, where I'm leased on to. Been here, I think, a year or longer. No. It'll be a year coming like June or something, I think. Anyways, so been over here for a little while. I think the last video I did, I had 3 trucks running. So kind of going off that, back down the 2 trucks. That the Freightliner I had ended up not making it. Had to get rid of it. So back down the 2 trucks, which I had the 3rd truck. Actually, no, I didn't. Sorry, the last video I didn't say I had 3 trucks. It was just the 2. So I got up to 3. So I got that Freightliner. And I had a driver in it. And then I put my sister in my Peterbilt, and then I bought a Kenworth, 2019 Kenworth, for me to drive. The Freightliner, like I said, the Freightliner ended up not making it. I had to get rid of it. So now I'm back to 2 trucks with the 2023 Peterbilt that my sister drives, and I drive the 2019 Kenworth. As you know, as an owner operator, learning, how this stuff, goes, and kind of get to teach yourself. Really, it's all a learning curve. If you're ever going to purchase a truck, I could say do not borrow down payment money for a truck, because then is the stupid mistake I did, and it put me in a bad financial position, because in essence you're paying you're paying 2 payments, one for the truck and one for you're paying back down payment. So don't do that, because it will put you in a bind. I say, make sure when you're getting into multiple trucks, make sure you have umpteen amount of maintenance money. That Peterbilt 2023, I ended up spending, I think, around $14,000 on it. Because stuff went out on it, and it wasn't covered. Warranty had just ended. So make sure you have plenty of money when you have multiple trucks. As far as being an owner operator, I love it. Things are going good over here at Gorley. It's definitely more hassle compared to company driver or even lease purchase, because everything's on you at that point. It's your job to make sure everything's done. It's your job to find loads, book loads, be on time, etc. I've noticed a lot of issues we've been having with other drivers over here at Gorley. Ones that come over, owner operators, they think they can just come over here, book 1, 2, 3 loads a week, pity paddle around, and it's not the way it works. Not the if I would say, if Tim were on here, he said if that's the way you want to run, don't come to Gorley Trucking. Because if you run like that, you're not only costing yourself, you're costing Tim money also. Because Tim has to pay for insurance, he has to pay for trailer maintenance and payment. All permits, all this stuff costs. So if you're not running decent per week, then you're costing him. So I've noticed that with a lot of owner operators that come over here, especially newer ones. So if you're wanting to become an owner operator, you better be prepared to bust your butt. I mean, it's constant something. The truck being down, truck needing maintenance, just stuff needing to be done. Things like your tags getting renewed, IFTA, which Tim does that for you over here. But there's constantly something that's been done. Not even mentioning you're constantly looking for loads. And I will say, like, because we were over at Landstar for a short period of time, and at Landstar, when we call brokers, it was, I mean, you have to call 20 brokers to get one load. And I can say, being an owner operator and using DAT and all, like, I think we have like 9 load boards. I might have come across 1 or 2 that say that a load's not available, but majority of the time, they're all available. If it's posted, it's available. But you have to be vigilant. You have to be on it, constantly looking at the load board, making sure you're running correctly is the biggest thing. You can't just chase cents per mile or dollars per mile. You also have to look at your gross, at what you need to gross per week to make your bills, personal and business. Like for me, my goal is to do 1,000, gross 1,000 per day, and that's me running Monday through Friday. So 5 loads. If I do 5 loads, I try to gross 1,000 a day. If I run less than 5 loads, that number goes up. So we try to stay around that 220 a mile mark and up. That seems to be a good starting point. If you can get above that, great. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, other than that, once I get these trucks, maintenance done on them, they're running good. Like I said, I had issues with that Freightliner, had to get rid of it, unfortunately. Like I said, just make sure when you're buying a truck, make sure you do it the correct way. Make sure you have plenty of money for maintenance. Make sure you have the down payment yourself. That way you're not to pay somebody back for it. Or you'll learn the hard way, like I did. The biggest thing, just maintenance. Maintenance is key. Making time for it is key. And then being an owner operator, booking your own loads. The relationships you create with brokers are very important. I have one broker I deal with. He calls me. Asking if I need a load, if I want a load, where I'm going. When I'm going to be empty, etc. Um, uh, so how you treat people out here as an owner operator goes a long way. You show respect and you show friendliness, they're going to reach out to you and for you and give you great loads, etc. As long as you're on time, respectful, etc. You have nothing to worry about. If you're not, you're not going to have brokers call you and go to bat for you, pretty much. Same thing with Tim. Same thing. Relationships with your carriers are very important. As long as you're running like you're supposed to, everything will be fine. But you start costing the carrier money, they're not going to be too happy about it. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go from here as far as another truck, etc. I've not had the best luck with finding drivers, good drivers. I did find one good driver. I think it was the last driver I had in that Freightliner. I finally found a good one, and it just, like I said, ended up going out or whatever, and so he had to go separate ways. Unfortunately, he was a good driver. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do from here. If I want to add a third again and try to keep going, or downsize to one, or what. I don't know. But I'll try to keep making some more videos and stuff of this adventure / learning curve, or whatever we can call it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I dang near answer every comment. I try to do my best to answer with some knowledge, etc. And just what works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. I don't create these videos to tell you how to be an owner operator or run your business or whatever. It's more, I do it as a guide. As I stated in my first videos, me and Rick created this to to let people know how it is. We're not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to lie to you and say it's awful like some people on YouTube do, because there is ups and downs. I do love it. Like, I love it because I'm a person that I like to problem solve. I like to, I like controlling the madness, I guess you would say, because that's what it is. It's a constant, it's a constant problem that has to be solved every day. So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, feel free to email me. I'll put it in the description. Feel free to comment and stuff. I'll answer, etc. But till next time, see you.